Hi, I'm meteorologist Michael White in the Fox 10 Storm Tracker Center with an update to Tropical Storm Fred. This update is as of 10 o'clock on Wednesday, and the storm is still just south of the Dominican Republic, although the maximum sustained winds have gotten a little bit more intense. The maximum sustained winds are now at 45 miles per hour, and Fred still tracking to the northwest at 16, but notice he's just south of the Dominican Republic and will have to cross mountainous terrain, very rough mountainous terrain of Hispaniola. So we could see Fred weaken or maybe even dissipate before re-strengthening and regenerating back as a tropical storm at the end of the week. This is the latest track from the Hurricane Center office in Miami. Notice that tomorrow you may end up seeing Fred nothing more than a depression or a remnant low, and then it would be back to a tropical storm tomorrow night. And then as we head in towards Saturday morning, it would be a weak tropical storm near Key West, but that does make for a very wet weekend across the Florida Peninsula because everyone along and east of the center would be on the bad side of the system. You're the one dealing with most of the rain, the harsher winds, and the risk of isolated tornadoes. And then landfall would actually happen on Monday morning as a strong tropical storm. You may even see Fred become a minimal hurricane before landfall, but it's projected to hit right around Apalachicola and Port St. Joe. This line represents where the center of Fred, where the eye of Fred is expected to be by Monday morning. The problem is this cone is very, very large. This is known as the cone of uncertainty. The Hurricane Center creates that as a room for error based on how the models are trending. So as we get closer to Monday, you'll notice the cone getting smaller. But what that essentially represents is that the center of Fred could be here Monday morning at 7, or it could be as far west as possibly Biloxi, which would be bad news for us, or it could be as far east as Jacksonville, or even parts of southern Georgia. Southeast Georgia could end up dealing with Fred. All of that remains possible. The likely scenario, though, is that it does stay to the east of us. If it does, we will not have an issue on the Gulf Coast. If you're west of the center, you're good, and we would be fine if this scenario plays out. It just remains to be seen whether or not it will. The latest track models, as you can see, go along with what the Hurricane Center has gone with, that Port St. Joe is going to be the destination of the system. What we have to hope for locally is that it does stay to the east of us. If it does, and we're west of the center, we won't have a problem. But as mentioned before, the cone of uncertainty is still very large, which means the track for Fred can and likely will change between now and Monday morning. But we're going to be posting constant updates on all of our social media channels, as well as YouTube, fox10tv.com throughout the next several days. Jennifer Lambers is going to have a full forecast update and be talking a lot more about Fred coming up this afternoon on Fox 10 News beginning at 4 o'clock.